everybody. It's football night at the Grump. Opening night in Ashland is tonight. The Ashland Clockers meet the Millis Mohawks in Tri-Valley League action.
Okay, Eric.
The captains are at midfield. The captains for the Clockers, 74 is Chris Moraney, and 44 is Nick Dommings. Clockers coming off a 7-3 season. And they're 1-1 so far this year. And they lost their season opener against Bay Path.
Have a moment of silence for Doug Jenkins.
Moment of silence here for Doug Jenkins.
Thank you very much. Now stand as we honor America with the national anthem sung by Ashland High School sophomore Linda Chicarella.
Now the national anthem by Linda Chicarella. Chicarella and her fan club. Good job on the Star Spangled Banner, and we're ready to go.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the opening game of the 1939
Well, so far in the season, Ashland coming into this game 1-1 as they lost to Bay Path outside the league. Were shut out by Bay Path, but then came back with a big win last week against Holliston, so they're 1-0 in Tri-Valley action. And a big Tri-Valley test here tonight, obviously a game of importance because those are the ones that count in the end.
We don't handle this Millis team well either, Paul. 4-4 in the 8 years under the coach Kevin Maines, who's in his 9th year, and they've beaten us the last 3 years, including a 20-7 win last year down in Millis, if memory serves. 20-0 Millis at the half. They're pretty big in the line. They have an experienced line, and they have a kid named Brian Egie, who's their quarterback, and he's a veteran player and a great player. And they also have a kid named.
Ashland is number 70, Brian Aruhal.
They also have a kid named TJ Ganusko, who is their featured back this season. They also lost the Tri-Valley League Defensive Player of the Year, Doug Horton, to graduation.
So it's the kickoff coming short. It's picked up by TJ Ganushko, 27, trying to cut it upfield as he crosses the 35-yard line. The spot's going to be out around the 37, 38-yard line, and Mohawks will take over 1st and 10.
Well, the squib kick, which usually does well to keep the ball away from the other team's best returner, the Mohawks were ready for it, and they got it in the hands of their best player. But fortunately, the Ashland special team covered it. And the Mohawks are starting on, what is that, about the 37, Paul?
Right around the 37-yard line. And as we said, it's Brian Egie calling signals, number 5 over center. And the handoff quickly inside. I believe that is Ganushko.
Quarterback's wearing 42.
Yeah, exactly. I just noticed that, who appears to be Mark Germano.
So
there.
They're getting Egie in the backfield, apparently, or is he out of the game? Or is he wearing another
Or is he wearing another number? That could be it. You never know.
He's one of their best players. But interestingly enough, Paul, the Mohawks scored no points in losing their first 2 games. So I'm sure Coach Sparandio wanted to shake them up in some way.
Another handoff, and it'll be another loss, as so far Millis is a minus net rushing. And the handoff, that was number 20.
Handoff to Steve Ganushko again.
That was Steve Ganushko. There were 2 of them.
Loss on the play, 3rd and 11.
So it's 3rd and long, 3rd and about 11. They haven't moved the ball marker back. It'll be 3rd down and about 11 yards to go from Millis as they come out. And they have one wide out to the far side right. That's number 25, Mike Ray. 2 running backs in the backfield behind Germano. Back to throw, looking deep, overthrows everybody. The intended receiver down there was number 15, Wes Chaffone, who is a tight end, but the ball was far overthrown. So they'll have to kick it out of there. So it'll be 3 and out for Millis. And a decent defensive stand starting off for Ashland.
I see E.G. on the sideline, Paul, number 5 for Millis, but he did not play in that first series. Germano looked very confident as he dropped back and rifled that pass. It was just too long. Clocker defense with a stop, and now they'll get the ball.
Brian Hackett back in single safety to collect the punt, and he's going to let it roll wisely, and it's going to be covered over there by 15, Chaffone. So the spot is going to be in Ashland territory around a 35-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, 25, Paul.
Around the 25?
Make that the 25.
Indeed it is, the 25-yard line. Okay.
New quarterback this year for Ashland, Sean Hanrahan, number 1.
Number 1.
Whole new backfield, too. Matt Souza's 40, Andy Rice is 32, Brian Hackett is 43, Jim McDonald 31, Jordan McAdams 48. Those will be your ball carriers during the course of the evening.
Wide out is Michael Funt, but the handoff in the backfield to Hackett, and he storms ahead.
Brian, the 3rd and last of the Hackett brothers.
He gained about 4 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Following the footsteps of Mike Hackett and Keith Hackett. Brian had a good season last year, primarily in the defensive backfield. This year he's getting more time in the backfield on offense.
And as usual, they show a wideout, but they hand it off again. This is Hackett. He has a big hole, and he's loose up to about the 40, about the 40-yard line. So a pretty good pickup of about 10 for him. So it'll be 1st and 10.
Ball is on the Ashland 40-yard line.
He almost broke it too. He had 1 man to beat. Millis closed the hole up pretty quickly, but if he had...
like all Hackett's, he's fast.
He's quick. So again, showing the wideout. This is Michael Funt, number 80, to the near side right. In the slot is 81, Billy Gain. This is Gain in motion. And again, they hand it off. This time to Matt Sousa, trying to go left. And he's going to pick up a couple 3 yards before he's hammered down. No score in the game, 7:06 to go in the first quarter.
Sousa put up a heroic effort against Holliston last week. He was tremendous on offense and defense and scored a touchdown. Clockers intercepted 4 passes last week. The Holliston Panthers were passing on every single down. And David Williams, their quarterback, who's a good one, did not have a good night. All deep patterns, too.
Evidently. James McDonald is in there at running back. He's number 31. They send Funt wide. This is Gain in motion once again. They hand it off to Sousa, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. They throw a flag in there. So he's hit for a loss, but we'll see what the flag is. And from what I could see, this could be a face mask. It is, nope, it's a holding against Ashland. I take it back. I thought it was a late flag for holding, but they threw it into the pile. So Millis will have the option of taking the loss in the down or giving Ashland a penalty and an extra play. And they're going to march it off. So it's a 10-yard penalty, and it's going to It's going to push Ashland back to about the 32-yard line, where it'll be second down in the better part of 19.
On the offensive line, Chris Moraney, the co-captain, 74, had a great game against Holliston. 55 is Keith Piers. The center is Sylvain Delaney, 50.
Wide out is Faniff, 88. Could it cut across now? It's a completion out there, complete to Funt. He picks up about 10.
It was actually Billy Gaines.
I'm sorry, it was gain 81. So it's a gain of about 8 or 9 yards, so it'll be third down and about 11. Third and about 11. So Hanrahan 1-for-1 passing in this game.
Threw his first touchdown pass last week of his career to Nick Dommings, who also had his first touchdown reception. 14-yarder. See if they go to the tight end at all tonight. Nick wears 44.
Well, Dommings is in the slot right now. He's eligible. Out he comes. Back to throws. Hanrahan, he's hit and hammered.
Nice play.
Nice play.
That's Ganushko.
It was TJ Ganushko, 27, who got to him. So it'll be fourth down and back to about 19 to go. Fourth and a mile, so they'll have to kick it out of there.
Arujo does the punting. He wears 70. One of the biggest players on the team.
They're sending back Steve Ganushko, 20.
He had a good punt. His last punt against Holliston was a good one last Friday night. Let's see if he keeps it up.
28 is Brian Santos. Low snap. He kicks it out of there. He picked it up and got off a decent kick under the circumstances. Santos muffs it, and the ball is loose. Ashland picks it up, and I'm sure it's going to come back, but nevertheless, I think it'll be Ashland ball. No, it has to come back, as it was run into the end zone by Mike Barrard, number 85, but I think it'll be Ashland ball. I'm not sure if Santos touched it when it first came down, but I'm quite sure that Millis did get a hand on it. It all depends on
close to touching it if he didn't.
That's right.
Punt was down. Up close to the 35-yard line of Millis.
Penalty against
Timeout
Ashland.
called by Ashland on the play.
Hey, we got an instant
So
replay.
Millis, it'll be Millis ball.
Let's see it again,
We're
Paul.
going to see this again.
What do I pick? You got it.
Santos comes running up under the ball on the far side. I don't know how he could see it, but the ball slipped by him, and it seems to me if it had been touched by a Millis player, it was a live ball, but they say no, as they start right around the 38-yard line, right down in front of us. First and 10.
Go back to live. Go back to live.
Ganushko
Back
coming
to
in
live.
motion, and a handoff and a stuff.
Can they still hear us in the booth?
Yes,
Get them off.
it's TJ Ganushko on the carry, and he lost 2, so it'll be second down and 12. And Millis is still negative net, I believe. Second and 12, and they're showing a run. This is an unusual formation to say the least, as Mark Germano calls signals. Steve Ganushko goes in motion. Back to throw, he's hit as he unloads it, and it's an incomplete pass. The referee said he was coming forward with the ball.
Alex Hart, Paul, got in there.
But boy, Hart got in there quick as a bunny and nailed him.
Alex made a big difference. He did not play against Bay Path, and they really missed him. He made a big difference against Holliston.
Well, Germano was blindsided. He felt that. And the referee instantly signaled that he had his arm coming forward as if to pass, so it's an incompletion. So it's third and 12, as they show pretty much the same formation with Ganushko and Ganushko in the backfield.
Blockers have everyone within 3 yards of the quarterback.
Germano to throw. He unloads it out there deep, and it's just incomplete.
Mirasola was trailing there, but that was a good play. The Clockers had everyone within 3 yards of
You're
the
right.
snap.
It was Dave Waters, number 11, was the intended receiver, and it was just outside his grasp by about a step. That would have been
Germano throws a nice ball.
He sure does. They just missed connecting on that one. But instead, it all goes for naught, so it'll be fourth down and long, fourth and about 12. So they're going to kick it out of there.
I got Millis minus 4 yards offense, Paul, their first 2 series.
That sounds right.
They can't move an inch.
Mike Ray to kick. Launches one out there. This is Hackett. And he muffs it, picks it up, looks upfield, makes a fake, picks up maybe one, pays dearly, and Ashland will take over.
Poor Brian, that one was right to him. He was determined to take that one back after he didn't take back the last one, but it was almost a disaster.
Yeah, very close. So the clock is stopped with 3:38 to go in the first quarter. We have no score.
Your offensive lineman, Piers is 55, Alex Hyde is 77, Moraney is 74. Your center is Sylvain Delaney. He wears number 50.
Funt is split to the near side right. Gain is in the slot. They hand it off back there to Hackett. Hackett breaks a tackle and surges ahead for about 5. Boy, they had him, and just his powerful legs and feet carried him forward for 4 or 5 yards. So he turned nothing into something. It'll be second down at about 6.
Also seeing action is 52, Jake Joyce at center. He's in there right now.
Showing the same formation with McAdams in the backfield, along with Hackett. It's Hackett again, and Hackett maybe picked up one, but they throw a flag in there. Holding again is the preliminary call against Ashland, so this will be the second drive that is severely impeded by a 10-yard holding penalty.
Boy, they're killers, Paul.
Actually, there were 2 flags down, so I assume the 2 officials saw it. And they call illegal motion and a hold. There were 2 penalties on the play, both against Ashland.
Are they stackable? No, they're not. You're right. The other lineman for Ashland is 63, Tim McKay, Paul.
Yep.
But one thing I've noticed in the first 2 games this year, the Clockers have much more depth than they ordinarily have. Coach Maines is using many, many more players.
Yeah.
It's not the same 11 kids on each side.
No.
He's got many more different players in there, so the players should be fresher at the end of the game.
Well, Millis declined the illegal procedure, and they walk off the 10 yards for the hold, so we're looking at second down and about 16, 17 to go.
You got McAdams in the backfield too now.
This is Gain going in motion to his left. Hanrahan looks to throw, has time, throws it out deep, and it's just incomplete, almost picked off down there. It was intended for Funt, and he was covered on the play by Steve Ganushko, who got the only hand on it and very nearly picked it off. So a good defensive play by Ganushko, number 20, and it'll be third down and 17. Obvious passing situation. They send McAdams out. We'll watch the formation for you and see what they do. I take it for granted that Funt and Gain will stay in. And now they're going to call a timeout and talk it over. So there.
New timeout rules this year, Paul. Each team still gets 5 per half. Let's take a look at that pass again
Turn this off.
on the Ashland High School
Watch, this
almost instant replay.
Watch Ganushko, and you see it went off his hand as he was closest to the ball. But you know, not a badly thrown ball by Hanrahan either.
Sean starting his first games ever as the quarterback of the Clockers. Longtime JV quarterback, getting his chance this year.
So it'll be third and a mile as Souser's in the backfield along with Hackett. Dommings is tight end on the left side. They need about 17 for the first down. Hanrahan looking to throw, launches it out there, and it's incomplete because 2 defenders ran into each other. And Ganushko was one of them, and number 32, Jason Horgan, was the other. So another incompletion. It'll be 4th and long, so the Clockers will have to kick it away.
Clockers trying to get it in the hands of Matt Sousa, their most explosive offensive threat. But it's difficult into double coverage on that sideline pattern. And another punt. 2:28 left to go in the first period, Paul. This is 4 punts already.
Yep. And again, they send back Ganushko and Santos. Again, a low snap, but they kick it out of there. And it's going to come to Santos again. He handles it, and he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards before he's hauled down. So they will be in pretty good field position, I believe.
Pretty much the best of the night for either team. They've crossed midfield. First time either team has. They're in the Ashland territory at about the 46 and a half.
Right.
And that's where they'll start. But they haven't made an inch yet on offense in their first two series. So we'll see.
That same conventional formation, Ganushko and Ray are back there. This is very odd. Let's see what Germano does. They bring the other Ganushko, Steve Ganushko, in motion. And the handoff to the left side, that was that TJ?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
There's just no...
And he lost more ground. He lost about a half a yard. So they're still in minus net territory.
Paul, there just doesn't seem to be much running room in that formation. It's like a quarterback sneak formation.
Yeah.
And they did not score a point in their first two games. They lost to Cardinal Spellman 14-0. Then they lost to a school called Pentucket 29-0.
So it's Ganushko and Ganushko in the backfield. Ray is split to the right side. Germano hands it off to Steve Ganushko. He's caught from behind. He gets loose.
McAdams almost had him.
Almost had him, and he squirts ahead for a couple, maybe three. Let's see, maybe 1.5. It'll be third down. It'll be third and about 9. So the play went for about 1.5 yards, but it still leaves them with third and long. And let's see if we see that unconventional formation again. I don't think so. They send Ray to the right side once again. 15, the tight end is Schiaffoni. We always watch for that tight end over the middle. That can be a dangerous play once in every game. Germano, though, hands it to TJ. Is it TJ? Over the left side, or was it a good fake? But he picks up about 7. It was Ray. I mean, it was Schiaffoni. In any case, he picked up about 5, but it'll be fourth down and maybe 3.
It's the first time the Millis offensive line has opened a hole. Although in the formation they're in, I don't know how they expect to block 11 people.
Well, they're going to go for it. Fourth and about 3. A big play as they send Ray in motion. Handoff to Schiaffoni. No. Good fake over there, and it's the other Schiaffoni. It's TJ, and he scores a touchdown. Ganushko, rather. Ganushko on the touchdown. Excellent fake inside to Steve, and away he went.
Yeah, I'll say it. Faked us out completely. What a play. That was a 40-yard run.
A 40-yard run for a touchdown, and Millis is on the board.
So with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter, Millis draws first blood. It's 6-0.
Right.
We'll see the extra point, and then we'll do the instant replay.
No, we're going to see the replay. Gone with the wind.
Now we're back live for the point after. They're going to try to kick it.
Mike Scotland, 22, to kick it. And the set, the kick, and looks good. So with 11 seconds to go in the first half, it's Millis 7, Ashland nothing, and they come back up the field.
So very, very interesting, Paul. With their star quarterback on the sidelines, the Millis Mohawks have scored their first touchdown of the year. And they lead Ashland 7-0 with 11 seconds left to go in the first period. And the Clockers' home opener. The Clockers played tremendous defense right up until that touchdown run, as Ganushko showed you his great speed once he gets into the open field. I don't know if maybe they're playing possum. Maybe those first two, I was thinking those first 2 games they may have played possum.
Yeah.
Because the important thing for getting into the Super Bowl, of course, is winning your league championship. And those 2 non-league games that Millis lost mean almost nothing.
Right. 55 is David Connors to kick it off. And he gets the foot into it. It's going to squib along the ground down there, and it's going to be taken.
It's Joe Mirasola.
By Mirasola, and Mirasola will carry it to around the 30-yard line, so it'll be first and 10, maybe the 31. Now, twice Clocker drives have been stalled by 10-yard holding penalties, so they better get over that little hurdle.
Knocked the stuffings out of both drives.
Oh, yeah.
They've actually only got 1 first down. But but they were making progress both times.
That's right.
Were set back badly. Hackett.
Pitch back to Hackett. Hackett going left, trying to turn the corner. He's going to be hit far behind the line of scrimmage and dropped.
Wow.
So that went nowhere. That was a loser. That's going to be about an eight-yard loss, I think. That'll be the last play in the first quarter, and at the end of one, the score is Millis 7 and Ashland nothing.
Well, interesting first period. The Clockers will have a lot more respect for the Millis offense for the rest of this game after that run for a touchdown. And now they're starting to earn a little respect for the Millis defense, as Millis defense has had a sack tonight already, and now they sent Hackett for a big 8-yard loss on a sweep. So the Ashland offensive line has got to start protecting their quarterback, and on the sweep they've got to get out there and block.
And without holding.
The penalties are killers, they always are. But the teams will change sides now. The Clockers will be moving away from the school for the second period.
Going to see where they put the ball marker. This is good. That was a huge loss.
It's more than 8, Paul?
Just about 8 or 9.
It's 9-ish
Yeah,
now,
9-ish, yeah. So it's going to be second down and 19. Second and 19.
Hackett alone in the backfield.
Back to throw is Hanrahan, and it's picked off. It's Ganushko. And if Hanrahan doesn't get him, he's gone. And Hanrahan slowed him up just in time for McAdams to drop him. But Millis has the ball. It'll be first and goal from about the 7, I believe.
A nightmare. The worst possible thing.
It's inside the 5. It's around the 4. We'll see it as Ganushko steps in, and he's just going to pick it off cleanly. Watch this. Bang, right there. And luckily, Hanrahan slowed him down, and 48 McAdams got over there to finish it off, but they're knocking on the door. They're inside the 5, first and goal.
Sean must have thought he could get it over his head, but he hit him right in the hands. Ganushko didn't cut in front of the receiver. He was there.
He was just there, right. Timeout on the field.
And that's what you want your best player to do, making plays on both sides of the ball, on both sides of the line of scrimmage, I should say. Offense and defense. As the Clockers try to mount a goal line stand, they had a beautiful stand against Holliston. As Holliston got to about the Ashland 20, the Clockers stopped them at the end of the game to preserve the win. 13-7, Ashland was the final.
Steve Ganushko in motion. They hand it off inside to TJ, and he got about nothing, maybe a yard, not much more of that. So it'll be second and goal.
Arujo stopped him. And what a game Wayne Carlson played last week, 75. He was very active. And he was in the center of that tackle as well. Sylvain Delaney, 50, calling the defensive signals from Coach Kevin Maines.
So Ganushko, and Ray are in the backfield. This time more of a conventional set with a tailback and what amounts to 2 halfbacks. Straight ahead, Germano. And no signal. He's stacked up. He got a couple, I'm sure. Got a couple. So he's a little bit closer to the goal line. It'll be third and goal. And that spot has got to be around the 1. I don't think it's 2 yards away.
I got it at the 1.5 according to the stick. They have, if the Clockers can stop this one, Millis will have a tough decision. They have a kid that already kicked an extra point from this distance. So kicking a field goal wouldn't be out of the question if they fail here.
So it's the same formation. This time they hand it off to Steve Ganushko. He stacked up. He might have lost a couple.
What a play by Hackett.
So they stopped him cold on 3rd down. So it'll be 4th and about 4. 4th and goal from about the 4. Or maybe 3. Okay, maybe 3. I know they lost some on that play. Maybe lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and goal from
Timeout Millis.
4th and goal from the 3. Millis calls the timeout. I suspect they'd go for it because, the worst case scenario is they stick Ashland back there 1st and 10 on their own 3.
Well, they're not going to run up the middle like they've done the last 3 times. They're going to try something along the lines of that play that broke for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Some deception.
They didn't show that formation in the first 3 downs.
No.
So
Yes.
they did.
Yes, they did not.
They did not.
Sperandino is a real good coach. He's only been coach about 5 years. But what a record he has. He's 42-10 in 5 years. That's including 2 losses this season.
That's remarkable. All right, here we go. 4th and goal. And they're going to stay with this formation where essentially TJ is a tailback, Steve Ganushko and Mike Ray. This is Ray coming in motion to the right. Straight ahead, Germano, and he's going to be touchdown. He did. He barged in. How about that?
He's a big kid.
Big kid, followed the center and barged in.
I would have never thought they'd get in. They had to go through Keith Pierce, 55, and that is a tall order to go through the center of the Clocker defense. But somehow, he sneaked it over the line. He broke the plane. And now, through the miracle of instant replay,
we'll
we watch
see
it again, but you don't really see too much except a pile. We quickly go back live to see the Mohawks add the 14th point, Paul.
Yep, so with 8:04 to go in the half, or 8:04 to go, it's Millis 14, Ashland nothing.
So the turnover burns the Clockers. Another thing, Paul, that bad snap on the punt didn't help either.
No.
That gave Millis the field position that led to their first touchdown.
All right, Millis to kick it away. Another squib kick, and it's going to be picked up down there by Sousa. Sousa trying to come left and is about beheaded as he comes to the toward the Ashland bench. It'll be Ashland 1st and goal from the 31 yard line. Just under 8 minutes to go in the half, and Ashland with a tall order. They'd love to score to get back in this game before they go into the locker room, but now they have to find a way to stop Millis.
Yeah.
They're going to be thinking about that. Clearly, no penalties, no turnovers on this drive. They've got to make something out of this. They bring Funt to the near side left. Gain is split on the right side. Here he comes in motion. Hand off to Hackett, and Hackett maybe dropped for a loss, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, depending on where they spot it.
He gets a good spot. They're giving him a couple
yards. No, they give him a couple of yards, okay. Give him 3 yards, actually. I thought he may have had his knee down before that point, but they give him a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Hackett and Sousa are in the backfield. Gain on the far side right coming in motion. They pitch it back to Hackett this time. The last one was disastrous. There are flags down. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage. There are 2 flags on the play. Here we go
very
again.
Unhappy. He thought he had a lane there.
Holding again.
They're on somebody, Paul.
Sure are.
I guess it's Alex Alex Hart is acting like it's him. Or he's at least questioning who, what, when, where, how.
Now, Bill Gain came to the sideline favoring his left hand and wrist, so one would hope that his effectiveness is not too badly impaired as they're going to walk off 10 more. This is getting to be like a broken record. It'll be 2nd down and 17.
This puts the pressure on the passing game. Clockers need to pass this year to be successful. And you have a young quarterback facing 2nd, 3rd, and 15, 16, 17. That's a tough, tough position to be in. And you also have inexperienced receivers.
Well, this time they show a running formation. And they hand it off to Hackett. He's going to be hit and nailed behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Matt Souza, I think.
3 tacklers on the play.
Yeah.
Okay.
David Connors for Millis.
Matt Souza, number 40.
It was 40.
And Brian Hackett's 43. Brian's out of the game right now.
It'll be 3rd and 20.
Matt DeLuca's in the game, number 14.
Yeah, he's playing a swing back this year on offense. They haven't gone to him in any way yet on offense this season.
So Funt comes wide to the near side left. Back to throw is Hanrahan. He's pressured. He throws it out there, and it's incomplete. It was intended down there for DeLuca, number 14, defended on the play by Steve Ganushko, but it'll be 4th down and a mile.
That was an uncatchable ball. No chance on that.
No, it was out. He threw it out of bounds.
Mike Scotland, okay. He was the kicker. Is that what number he's wearing?
So Brian Arujo again back to kick. Millis is going to come out of this almost surely with good field position. Good snap. And a low line drive kick. And it's going to take an Ashland roll. And Steve Ganushko gets to it, picks it up around midfield, trying to work his way upfield, and he's going to be dropped. Actually picked it up around his own 40, and it's going to be spotted around the 43. So, coming off the line drive kick, an excellent roll and run for Ashland. But Millis, nevertheless, will take over right around their own 44-yard line. Nothing shabby about the field position. And Ashland really needs a stop. 5:50 to go here in the first half. Millis is up by 14, 14-0.
Millis gets a couple first downs. There won't be anything left for that 5 minutes in this half.
Nope.
Although the Clockers have 4
Germano
timeouts left.
looking to throw, throws it out there, and it's complete out there. Complete to Chaffone, and Chaffone almost to the Ashland 40-yard line. He'll be dropped around the 41.
Beautifully placed ball, wasn't it?
Perfect.
Just over Nick Doming's head,
Yep.
right in front of Matt Sousa. In no man's land.
So
Perfectly placed.
So it's a 1st down, 1st and 10 Millis.
Clock should stop and then restart. Yes, it does.
They restart the clock as soon as the sticks are moved up.
That's his first completion.
Germano hands it off to Steve Ganushko. Ganushko on the run, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
He looks a little like TJ on that play, didn't he?
Well, the fake was to TJ. This time we saw it, but no question it was
just
Steve
as
Ganushko.
fast.
Just as quick. Well, we didn't see the fake, but you can see Ganushko. There he is, off to the races, number 20.
No one near him.
So quickly, it's 20-0.
Kicker for Millis is Mike Scotland.
Coach Baines completely baffled
Extra point.
on the sidelines as
And the
Millis
kick is,
Mohawks continue their domination.
this time, Scotland kicks it wide right. So some consolation as he misses the extra point with 5:18 to go in the first half. It's Millis 20 and Ashland nothing.
Very similar to last year's game, which was 20-0 at the half. A turnover killed the Clockers in that game. Clockers played a good second half, actually won the second half scoring a touchdown, but
Too little, too late.
could not overcome that 20-point deficit. Somebody's got to make a big play. You know, at Bay Path, Paul, the Clockers took the opening kickoff of the season back for a touchdown, and it was called back on a penalty.
Oh, it's, you know, the penalties will kill you. There's just no question about it.
Matt
I mean,
Matt Sousa's the one that took it back.
3 successive drives have been just decimated by holding calls.
Yeah.
Can't have that indefinitely. The kickoff man is David Connors, 55. And see, he squibs a kick along the ground, and it's picked up over there by one of the. It was
Jake
it was
Joyce.
52, Jacob Joyce, but they say his knee touched, so they're going to spot it around the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Clockers, well, now we're repeating ourselves. They just have to put something together quickly.
With 5:14 left to go in the half, I think they got to go back to running the ball. I just don't see passing as viable.
No.
You need both. You need both, but if they're going to pass, they're going to start with short passes.
And Hanrahan drops straight back to throw it.
There's the
And
short
he
pass.
does have a short pass. This is McAdams. And a flag on the play as they pick up about 5. But that may be a face mask or a late hit. We'll see. As he was, nope, against Ashland again.
Block in the back.
Yep. Illegal block against Ashland.
Wow. Wow.
So that not only negates a pickup, that pushes them back 10. So it'll be 1st and 20.
Maine's not even questioning the call. Happened right in front of them. No question on the call. Actually, there's been no question on any of the penalties against the Clockers. Last week there was several controversial calls, but not tonight.
Not tonight. So it's 1st and 20.
It's a big hole.
And again, they're going to throw. Hanrahan to throw. He's being chased. Now he's going to run, and he's going to be dropped, and I think for another loss. It looks like he lost a couple.
You know, Sean has a lot of running ability, but Coach Maines has not called any plays that call for him to run. I think it's primarily for his health reasons, because that's the way you get your quarterback knocked out of the game. And the Clockers are very thin at quarterback. The senior Dave Bressler has a broken hand. He's not available. The backup, Jim Delaney's coming off of an injury last season. And the JV quarterback, Danny Sullivan, has never played at any level in the quarterback position. 2nd
down and about 20. The handoff inside
Jim McDonald, I guess.
to McDonald, 31.
Yes.
And a good pickup for him. Jim McDonald, indeed it was. So he picks up about 7 on the play, 7 or 8. So it'll be 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, as they got back the penalty at least. Hanrahan's scramble actually went for a couple, so that pickup was 7 or 8. It's 3rd and 10, and a big, big play. Need we say more? They've almost got to be looking at 2-down territory if they want to do anything in this half, as we come down to 3:15.
Actually, at their own 35, Paul, I don't know.
Yeah, but
they'd have to get mighty close to the 45 to try a 4th down play.
I guess. Hanrahan to throw, being pressured, still free, and now he's dropped. He was down before he let the ball go, no question about that. Another 10-yard loss, so.
What's that, 2 sacks tonight, Paul?
Yeah.
And 1 pressure that ended up in a 1 or 2 yard gain or no gain, yeah.
So no question about what they're going to do this time. It's 4th and 20.
You just don't have much more time. You've got to get rid of the ball before then. You can't expect to stand back there. Aruja needs something just to keep this ball out of Ashland territory.
Well, he gets up a high kick. This is a good kick. This is Santos dropping back to collect the ball, and he's going to be elusive is what he's going to be as he crosses the 30-yard line to about the 31.
Beautiful punt, Paul.
Excellent punt, about a 4-yard return maybe. So they had to have the big kick, and they got it.
It was a 40-yard punt, 5-yard return.
Yep.
That's very good.
So it's at the 41-yard line of Millis. 1st and 10 at the 41.
That's Bryant's best punt of the year by far. Your D-backs are Hackett, Souza, Mirasola, linebackers. We're not even playing defensive backs.
Ray in motion. The handoff over the left side, going to go about nowhere. I think it may have been Steve Ganushko. Was it 20? About a 1-yard pickup, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
Running play by Millis is good for about a yard. Actually less, it'll be 2nd and 9.
Inside 2 minutes.
24 out there is Nick Roman. He's trying to stay with the man in motion, it seems.
Germano hands it off. Again, it was it? Let's see as they unpile.
They're working the clock.
Yeah. Now they call a timeout. By the way, that was T.J. Ganushko. They stopped the clock with 1:25 to go. Actually, there was a loss on that play. It's going to be 3rd and a little more than 10.
Well, the Clockers are going to get another chance on offense, Paul, unless Millis can pull off a 1st down on this play. But what could you do when you got 70 yards to go? And you've only completed 2 passes on the night, the long for 10 yards.
We'll see what they have in mind. As the 2 Ganushkos are in the backfield, have a pair of wideouts to the far side. Germano to throw, drops straight back. He unloads it out there, and it's, oh, had it and dropped it. That was Wes Chaffone, number 15. And all he saw ahead of him was daylight. He had the 1st down and then some, but he dropped the ball. So a break for Ashland. It'll be 4th down. There's a flag on the play. And another holding call, this one against Millis. They're going to turn it down. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. And presumably Ashland will get the ball back. So a successful defensive series for Ashland. But now they have to turn it around and hope to do something in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Hackett drops back to take the kick. 25 is Mike Ray.
Boy, a little field position would help here, Paul.
It'll be good.
If he could bring this back to the Millis 30,
High
we'd be in
snap,
business.
and Ray gets it out of there, and Hackett is going to field it, and he's going to be hit and nailed down around the 23-yard line. As that was Steve, was it Steve Ganushko? Is that 20? It is indeed. It was Steve Ganushko who got to him.
70 yards to go. 77.
77 yards to go. And 1 minute 11 seconds to do it in. I'll tell you, they almost got to that the punter. Did you notice?
He had a little pressure.
Yeah, they did. He seemed to barely get it out of there, but then he unloaded a pretty good kick. So again, they show the wideouts. Hanrahan hands it off.
Sousa.
Out of the backfield, it's Sousa. Storms ahead for about 3 or 4, and they call a timeout quickly. Let's see, Sousa picks up about 3. It'll be 2nd and picks up about 4. 2nd and 6, call it.
Sousa only 3 carries tonight. He sat out a lot of offensive plays. Clock appear intent on trying to break Sousa or Hackett or some back.
Hanrahan to throw. This is complete over there to Dommings, and Dommings is hammered as he comes to about the 38-yard line.
Beautiful play.
Yeah, excellent completion. So they pick up the first down with 57 seconds left as they again stop the clock with a timeout, and they're going to give him almost the 40-yard line. But that could be academic. They need several more plays of that nature. I don't know if they can spring anybody deep.
He was
I
wide open.
think it would be a fluke. That was a nice pattern and a nice pass, but I'm not sure that they can spring anybody deep to go 60 yards on the ground.
Andy Rice is in there. Maybe he'll get a chance. 32. First time we've seen him tonight. Andy, a great JV player, finally getting a chance on the varsity this year. He's had a lot of carries for the Ashland JVs.
All right, we have Funt and Bill Gain over here on the left side. Andy Rice out of the backfield, but they're going to throw. Hanrahan to throw, has time, and tries a swing pass, and it's incomplete, intended for McAdams coming out of the backfield. And I don't know, was it TJ who had him lined up?
Yeah, it wasn't going anywhere.
No. And
off the fingertips.
yeah, if it had been complete, I think it was Ganushko, TJ, who had him lined up, and there was going to be a clash of titans had he caught the ball. So it's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10, and we're down to 52 seconds. Of course, that stops the clock. Gain going in motion to the right side. Hanrahan drops back to throw, has some time, unloads as long as he can, looking for Gain, and it's incomplete. Threw it into traffic. Gain was down there and Dommings was down there, but there were, Mike Ray was also down there along with Chaffone, and between them they almost picked it off. The coverage was really good. Coverage was excellent.
It's a good throw.
It was a good throw, but
It's a long throw.
into tough coverage.
You gotta just outfight the defenders for that ball. When you're a high school receiver, you can't expect to go out on a pattern and just have the ball fall into your arms while you're running. You have to go and get the ball.
3rd and 10, they're going with 2 wideouts, Gain and Funt. Hanrahan to throw, has some time, throws it out, and it's incomplete, intended down there for Funt. And it was high, and he went up, he could not bring it down.
Another well-thrown ball,
Yeah.
but too high.
Too high, so it'll be 4th and 10.
Says I want to try it on 4th. 41 seconds left, that's a lot of time with all the timeouts that these teams have, so probably the best thing to do here is the punt. Nobody back.
Millis has no one back. He does kick it out of there, so Ashland's going to down it inside the 30, but it'll be academic around the 27-yard line with 31 seconds to go here in the half.
I don't know if Millis is going to try anything too fancy this far away either, Paul. But then again, maybe they will. They've got 31 seconds and 70-odd yards to go.
Well, they've broken 2 huge runs for touchdowns,
Yeah.
so
what's wrong with one of those
yeah,
plays,
what's
right?
wrong with that, right?
Better than any long pass.
Chances are.
Clock is much deeper on defense, of course.
They bring Ray in motion.
Sneak.
Just Germano straight ahead, and he still picked up about 3.
We're running
just on toughs. So we're down to 20 seconds, and that might be it. I don't see anybody trying to stopping the clock.
A horrible first half for Ashland. The Mohawks took it right to them. They capitalized on Clocker mistakes, and Ashland is looking at a 20-0 deficit. And we'll be back with the second half in about 10 seconds.
And then often, or else this is going to be a long second half.
Millis has owned us the last 3 years, Paul, and it's continuing tonight.
Yep.
But I got to believe Maines is going to have his team play a better second half. First half stats, Brian Hackett had about 20 yards rushing and 5 carries, an 8-yard loss hurt his stats. McDonald had a 10-yard run. Matt Souza, I only got him carrying 3 times for a net of 4 yards. The quarterback, Sean Hanrahan, 3 for 10, 24 yards with an interception.
And the story in the first half, as much as anything else, were the penalties assessed against the Clockers, because those were just killers.
They're killers, and they had a 4th down play that went for a 40-yard touchdown, and they also, the interception took place at the Ashland 3, and they took it in from there.
Well, a squib kick goes to Joe Mirasola, who picks it up and plods forward for a few yards. It'll be Ashland ball. They'll start out right around the 39-yard line. Their own 39, 1st and 10. Maybe the 40. We'll see where the spot comes. No, right on the 40. Okay. 1st and 10 Ashland. And looking for Bill Gain, who hurt a hand or a wrist or whatever sometime during that first half. And he's back in, so he'll be in the slot. He's out here on the near side right, along with Michael Funt. Hanrahan calling signals and drops the ball. He dropped the snap, picks it up, and they're going to whistle it dead. So, you know, right off the bat, something bad happens. Not good.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news is that he picked it up, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Let's hope he's just a little over anxious.
I hope.
Looks like the same backfield that started the first half. It looks like the same offensive line.
They have virtually not varied the offensive set that I can recall, not to any extent. Now, McAdams is in there. Hackett is in there. Gain is in the slot. Funt is the wideout. They hand it to Hackett. He has a pretty good hole, and he's stacked up as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Gets 4 or 5 on the play. Let's see. The spot's going to be right around the 45-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and about 3rd and 5.
Third, make that 3rd and 5.
Who's actually got 2 first downs?
Maybe. Hanrahan back to throw, has some time, lofts it out there, and it's incomplete. Intended for gain.
Well covered, Paul.
It was well covered, yeah, it could have been, perhaps should have been. So it'll be 4th and 5, and instantly, Clockers have to kick it away.
Well, the bad snap there on the, not the bad snap, but the missed snap on the first down.
That hurt.
All of a sudden it was 2nd and 10 right off the bat, and that put him in a hole.
Right.
Coach Mange preaches positive yardage on every play equals success.
They send Steve Ganushko and Mike Ray back. Is it Ray? And this is going to be a very short kick. It's going to take an Ashland roll, lucky for them. And it's going to come to rest around the 27-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. That was Brian Santos, 28, who was back in coverage. But in any case, it'll be Millis ball, 1st and 10. Right around the 28-yard line. 8:15 to go here in the third quarter. Millis leading at 20-0, and Ashland needs a stop. They need to, 3 and out is what they need if they're going to get back in this game.
Hanner and a defensive back right up in the line of scrimmage, number 1, along with the linebacker Domings, the defensive end Domings, 44. He's actually inside of him.
Full house backfield. They hand it off to Steve Ganushko, and he is stacked up. It's going to go for a loss. Pretty much the way they started off the first half with running plays that went nowhere, but then all of a sudden, boom, Millis broke a couple of big ones.
Danny Phipps, 60, Wayne Carlson, 75, and Sylvain Delaney, 50, stuffing that inside play.
They give him the line of scrimmage, so it'll go for no gain. So it's 2nd and 10.
Both Kanuskos in the backfield, Paul?
Yep, along with Mike Ray. This is Ray coming in motion. Germano with it. Hands it off to Steve Ganushko. Comes left, finds a hole, and again, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down. And 10. May have actually lost an inch, but it'll call it 3rd and 10. So let's see what they do. They've been fairly successful passing when they had to be. They send Ray wide to the far side right. He's number 25. Steve Ganushko is 20. TJ Ganushko is 27. They're in the backfield. Look for Wes Chaffone. He's the tight end, number 15.
Clock is with 8 on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Germano dropping back to throw. He gets the ball away, and this is going to be complete. Oh, what a catch down there. What a catch, and that's Dave Waters, number 11.
I don't understand why we're playing so many up front on a passing down, Paul, on a 3rd and 10. Everyone within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage that time. 8 on the line, and 3 just a couple of steps back. And they go over us.
That was about a 22-yard gain.
For a first down.
It was a good catch by Waters. He had a stretch to get it, but the ball was there. And, you know, good teams make good plays. So it's 1st and 10 at about the 38, 39-yard line. The handoff is to Steve Ganushko. He's going to pick up 1 or 2, but then he squirts ahead for about 5 more.
They give him that, too. Yes, they do.
Unless his knee was down and they say no.
Wow, he was stopped cold for a 1-yard gain, and he ends up with a 7-yard gain.
Yeah.
Steve has a 42-yard touchdown run tonight. That's my biggest fear, is that once you're through
You're going to
line,
break it.
there's no one
to stop you. And they can't catch him.
Yeah, they're fast.
He's shown that. So again, Ganushko's in the backfield. They send Ray to the far side right. Germano on the count, drops back to throw, has time, lofts it out there, and it's overthrown. Chaffone was in the pattern, number 15.
And he was behind the defense.
He was behind the defenses, right, and Germano launched it, really. He didn't have to be rushed by any means.
He got a powerful arm, a little too powerful.
A little bit too powerful on that play, because that could have been deadly.
What year is he?
He is number 42, a junior.
Somebody said Brian Ege is not dressed for tonight's game. He is generally their quarterback, number 5, and a co-captain, but not out there tonight.
Better get well quickly. Handoff, Ganushko. And he's going to be up close, I think, to the first down marker, depending on where they spot it. Let's see. He won't be that close. He got about a yard. It'll be 4th and a couple. 4th and 2.
Almost the exact spot that TJ got his touchdown from.
Yeah, that he broke it from, exactly.
On a 4th down play just like this. Exact same situation. Clock is a little more ready for it this time.
One would hope. Full house backfield this time.
Steve and TJ talking it over, the brothers.
Yeah. They bring Ray back there as well. And it's the keeper, Germano, and they're going to stop him. They're going to stick him this time. Well, we hadn't seen that before. It was a quarterback sweep, really.
Not a bad call.
No.
Mirasola came up.
They spelled it out. So,
Alex
Clockers...
Hart was there, too. Clockers take over on downs.
Clockers hold on defense. That's the good news. The bad news is that most, or a great deal of this third quarter is now history. We have 4:32 left to go, and Ashland's still on the bad end of a 20-0 score.
You know, when the Clockers played out at Bay Path for their opening game, they played 11-minute quarters.
Which league is that?
It is the Colonial Athletic League.
Okay. We've played 12-minute quarters, I recall, down at Bartlett, did we not?
Yeah, one place.
Right. Here we go. It's Hackett on the handoff, and he may have something, perhaps, not much. So it'll be second down.
David Connors in on the tackle for Millis. Gain on the play, it'll be a 2nd and 10.
Gain less than a yard, call it 2nd and 10. Just looking at the safety, Wes Chaffone, number 15. He's a big kid, tall kid. This is Gain going in motion. The pitch to Sousa, and he gets maybe 4, so he'll be out around the 50-yard line, right around midfield, not quite, so it'll be 3rd and 5. 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Rice checks in for Sousa, and Sousa didn't like it. See if Rice gets the call. It's going to go to McDonald. Or they're going to try a pass.
They're going to try a pass. Hanrahan with time. Hanrahan, the completion. This is Dommings, and Dommings picks up the first down. Don't see any flags. That's good news. As that play ran for about 12 yards. As they cross the Millis 40, they're around the 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
Could this be the deepest penetration of the Clockers tonight?
Close to it.
I think it is, Paul.
Sousa's back in. Sousa with the carry, and Sousa bowls ahead for 2 or 3. Just those gritty kind of yards inside.
Gain of about a yard, it'll be 2nd and 9.
But the truth is they've got to break one because they just can't plod on like this. They've got to get 3 scores, 3 touchdowns. And we're down to 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Yeah, this is Funt wide to the near side left. And the handoff again to Sousa. Finds a hole, cuts it inside. About gets back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd about 8.
Passing situation, Sousa out, Rice in.
Well, they went to Dommings
Last time in the same type of situation.
out of the tight end position. That was a good play. Nice pass, nice play.
Keith Pierce limping off. I don't like that. 55. Cowboy Wayne takes his place, number 75.
Dommings will be eligible, as will Bill Gain. Gain goes in motion. Hanrahan to throw, gives ground, throws, and it's incomplete. And I'll tell you, number 32 got over there.
You got a hand on that ball, Paul.
Number 32 is Jason Horgan.
It's a good play.
Yeah.
It was almost there.
Yep.
And I would say the Clockers will go for it. Faneuf is
Yeah.
in the game, 88.
Well, remember, Hanrahan threw off, he actually threw off his back foot as he was backing up. He really shouldn't have made the throw, but he was under pressure. Probably felt he had to. If it had been complete, it would have been a good play, but it was almost another disaster. So they show the same formation again. Hanrahan to throw, being rushed, has time, throws it out, incomplete.
Just on the wrong side.
It was intended out there for Manny Was it? No, for Tim Faniff, 88. Tim Faniff is 88. And it was incomplete, so Millis takes it over on downs.
You know, the clock is starting with a whole new offense as far as the skill positions go this year. The wideout is new, the quarterback is new, all the running backs are new, although Sousa played a lot of fullback last year, he didn't carry that much.
That's, no, timeout on the field against Ashland. So Ashland calls the timeout. Minute 11 to go here in the third quarter. Ashland trailing in the game 20-0 against Millis. And Millis has the ball 1st and 10. The line of scrimmage is around the, right around the 37-yard line, the Millis 37-yard line.
Tim McKay, 63, and Matt DeLuca, 14, getting some time on the defensive line now. So the Clockers continue to play, well, 8 on the line.
And this is Steve or TJ? Who was out in the backfield? I think it was Steve again.
Matt DeLuca made the tackle, 14.
But the play goes for 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5.
Faniff's in at defensive back.
And that was Mike Ray, I beg your pardon. It was 25 Mike Ray. So 2nd and 5.
5 yards on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 5 coming up for Millis.
Handed off to Steve Ganushko. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and he's pushed back. But it'll be 3rd and 5.
Brutal tackle.
Yeah, good tackle.
No, it's Sylvain Delaney, 50.
Tackled by Sylvain Delaney. 3rd and 6.
So Clockers, if they can stop this, will get the ball back. But this play is not even going to get off, as
No.
the third period is going to come to a close. Mohawks didn't even realize it, but they failed to get the snap off. So the teams will change sides. With the score, Millis 20 and Ashland nothing. 1 period left to go. Opening night at the Grump, Clockers' first home game, and a very bad first half has put them in a 20-0 hole with 10 minutes left to go. A scoreless third period.
Well, at least they got out of the penalty rut.
Have
But
we had a flag this half?
I don't think so.
On either side. No, that's good.
But that's scant consolation because they're down 3 scores, and 2 of those were just big runs by the Ganushkos, and the other one was set up by a Ganushko interception.
Look at this. We got kids with letters on their chest. It must be Ashland. Just like at the college games, Paul. The excitement of the Grump. What would you estimate the crowd here tonight?
Well, I don't know.
I've got the attendance right here, so make a guess.
Okay. I don't know. 1,000? I give up.
Very close. 1,114.
There you go.
Good crowd tonight.
Big play coming up. 3rd and 5. Germano wants to throw it. Has time. Throws it out there for Chaffone. He drops it. Just plain dropped it.
Oh, right in his arms. Clockers catch a break there. They'll get the ball right back.
It's 4th down play coming up. That was 3rd and 6 roughly, so it'll be 4th and 6. Hackett back to take the presumed punt
Brian's got to handle this cleanly.
from the hands of
Try to get something out of it.
from Mike Ray.
Oh,
Bad snap. Bad snap. All you have to do is chase it down. This could be good for the Clockers. Ray picks it up. He's running with it, and he's going to be wrestled down deep in his own territory.
He got away.
Got away, but he's out of bounds. But this is going to work for Ashland. It's going to be around the 10-yard line.
Wayne Carlson had blood in his eyes as he saw that punter running for his life. He got away from Carlson, but he was too close to the sideline and went out of bounds. And Ashland is in business deep in Millis territory. Let's see where they mark it. It looks like around the 10. Let's watch it again on our almost instant replay.
This isn't even, well, they pick it up late as Ray is running around with the ball. It's going to be spotted, right? Looks around the 11, would you say? Now they're moving the sticks down, so apparently it's not a first and goal situation. Let's see. What
First and goal for Ashland at about the 10-yard line.
No, it isn't. It's not a first and goal.
Sousa, the lone back.
It's a first, I'm going to say first and 10, just outside the 10-yard line. I don't think even the 11-yard line. That's how close it is. But they can pick up the first down. Hanrahan calling signals. He hands it to Sousa, and Sousa is still on his feet, running laterally. I think he lost a couple.
They're not giving Matt any room to get started tonight.
Nope.
They're all over him.
Appears to be no gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10.
Clock is in a tough position now.
There is room to make a first down there.
They may have to try to pass for this. The most success they've had has been the 2 completions to Nick Dommings. Let's see what they do.
Hanrahan on the call. Hands it off again to Sousa, going to the right side. He's hit. He picked up something. He's going to be, I think, around the 7.
He was running with a lot of power and a lot of determination. He took it inside the 5.
Yeah,
Paul.
it's close to the 5, so it'll be 3rd and 5.
He wants it again, you can bet. He played his heart out last week against Holliston. And he scored the winning touchdown as he repeatedly carried the ball on a drive. But the Millis defense proving to be tough against the run and the pass.
Well, they showed 2 wideouts. Hanrahan's going to throw it. Hanrahan running, throws, and complete touchdown! Nick Dommings on the touchdown! A nice out pattern by Dommings. And he was open, and Hanrahan delivered. So Clockers get on the board with 6:10 to go.
For you.
All right, we're going to see this. Dommings on the out move. Well, you can't see it behind the crowd, but he was open. A nice pattern and a nice pass.
Rougeau for the extra point.
Well, he pounds it through. So with 8:10 to go in the game, it's Millis 20, Clockers 7. Good to see the Clockers capitalize on a mistake.
20-7 now and 8:10 left to go, and a lot of excitement at Harold Grump Walker Field. A nice cool night. This game being played on October 1st, 1999.
You need to be able to press that button.
So 8:10 left to go here in the game. It is now Millis 20, Ashland 7.
And do we try an onside kick here, Coach?
I don't know. Hope for another stop. I mean, they've stopped this team.
You're saying there's enough time left?
I don't know about that, but I know that they can stop the team because they have done it. We'll see.
He's set up like he's going to kick it onside, Paul. It's going to come right towards us.
Okay.
Let's see what he does. It is the
And it's
onside.
an onside kick, and it's right around midfield. And Millis is saying that they have it. I assume it went the 10 yards.
Onside attempt is apparently recovered by Millis on the near sideline. It will be a 1st and 10 for the Mohawks from the 50.
Well, he kicked it where he had to kick it. You were so right. So
Yes,
it'll be
he
1st
did.
and 10 from midfield.
So it's a very good try.
Good try.
Just barely went the 10 yards.
So Millis comes out, The Ganushkos are in the backfield. They send Ray to the left side, wide to the left side. They hand it off inside to Steve Ganushko, who about gets back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be second down. Clock is running. We're down to 7:50 to go in the ball game. Negligible gain, if any.
Pierce playing defense now, 55. It's a little gimpy. He's going to tough it out. Arujo in there, 70 as well.
Germano back to throw. Looking, has some time, lofts it out there for Chaffone, and he drops it again. Wow, that would have been a first down, and it was in his hands, but he couldn't hold on.
Beautiful plays, open, everything.
He was.
I don't know if he's hearing footsteps, taking his eye off it or what,
So it'll be 3rd and 9.
but after a while they're going to stop going to that.
You would suspect.
You get a little discouraged.
Of course, from their perspective, the worst case scenario is it stops the clock. This is Dave Waters, number 11, who's wide to the near side right. Ray is on the other side. And again, late handoff, trying to do a draw play to Ganushko, and he's hammered.
Wayne Carlson.
That's going to go for a loss of 5 or 6, so it'll be 4th and about 15.
So that took about a minute, that drive, Paul. Of course, the incompleted pass really helped.
Yeah.
Stopping the clock. Millis doesn't seem to be exactly working the clock as they come right out of the huddle right away. Of course, you don't want a 5-yard penalty, but this was a dangerous play a moment ago. Nice snap this time.
Good snap. Ray kicks it out of there.
Good kick.
Hackett is back. Fair catch. There could have been a penalty. He didn't have the 3 yards, but in any case, Hackett gathers it in at the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 Clockers.
Well, considering they had a failed onside kick, the Clockers got to be happy to have the ball at the 30, their own 30, to start this drive. They got 6:37, and we do play overtime, as you know now. Although the Clockers have never been involved in an overtime game.
Yeah, but of course, should they get to that position, Millis missed an extra point early, so overtime may not obtain. This is Sousa. Sousa pounding ahead and picks up a couple of tough, brutal yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. Well, more than that. 2nd down and about 6. Give him about a 4-yard gain. Clock is running down to 6:20. You have a cornerback, it's Steve Ganushko. As Gain comes in motion, Hanrahan to throw, looking for Gain, he's got up! Oh, and he hauls it in! Down around the 45-yard line. Gain got behind the defender. We're going to see it, watch it. Gain behind the defender and hauled it in as he crossed the 45-yard line on a nice play.
That's a 20-yard pass, Paul.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Millis 45. Clock is running down to 5.5 minutes. Hand off to Sousa. Comes back to the left side, turns it upfield, and he's going to gain maybe a couple before he's tackled.
Coming up to 5 minutes left in the game. Clockers are trailing by 13 points.
Funt is wide on the right side. Gain is in the slot. Hanrahan to throw, has time, throws it out, incomplete. Overthrew Gain by a wide margin. I don't know if it was a mix-up on the pattern, but I'll tell you, Gain was buck naked out there. There was no one near him.
No, it was beautiful play action and just a little overexcitement
Yep.
on Sean Hanrahan's part. He was very upset with himself. That was a perfect play.
So the clock stops, 4:56 to go. '86 is Guerrero in the game, one of the wideouts to this side. Hanrahan to throw, looking, throws out of bounds, incomplete. Is that Guerrero or Faniff?
Faniff is 88.
Faniff
Guerrero's
88.
86.
I guess I can't read my numbers anymore. That's 88. That's Tim Faniff.
Manny Guerrero is a standout on the JV team, 86.
Okay.
He doesn't see much action on the varsity.
Right. You have timeout called.
Matter of fact, I went to the JV game Monday. We played Holliston here, and Guerrero caught a couple of long over-the-middle passes. One was called back on a penalty. As the clock at JV's lost to Holliston, 6 or 7 to nothing. So,
Well, what we need,
we've got a 4th down coming up.
we need a 4th down play is what we need. We need 9 yards is what we need.
Boy, oh boy, you can't run, can you? It's just too far. It's going to have to be a pass. I think you want the ball to at least beat the 9 yards. I don't think they're going to throw a screen or anything short. I'd run that same play to Billy Gain that was wide open. Not the one that he caught, the one that was
The one that he
overthrown.
missed, but he was still open. Okay, Faniff is back in, wide to the near side left. Hanrahan to throw, has protection, throws, and it's intercepted by TJ Ganushko. Ganushko back to midfield on his feet at the 45, still on his feet, and finally is going to be forced out of bounds across the field at about the Ashland 35, 36-yard line.
We'll see it again. Lost our monitor. I can only say that to throw the ball in the direction of the defense's best player is not something that you want to do. This TJ Ganushko is a good player, and he wants you to throw in his direction because he feels he's got as much chance of getting it as the receiver. The pass was intended for Matt Sousa, and I don't think it was unreasonable to think the Clockers would try to get the ball to Sousa in some fashion on that big 4th down play. So Ganushko may have been lying in wait.
And that was his second interception of the night. The first one was a killer and led directly to a touchdown. So 4:36 to go in the game. Millis with the football.
Clockers should be trying to tackle the football now.
I guess. Handoff inside. It's Steve. No, it was TJ or was it Ray? Let's see. Stay on pile.
We've lost our monitor temporarily, so we're not picking up the numbers as well as we used to.
Running play for Millis goes.
So that goes for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
5-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 7 coming up.
So TJ and Steve Ganushko are in the backfield along with Ray, who's number 25, Mike Ray. And they hand off again. This is Steve Ganushko on his feet and hauled down from behind. Sousa got him, or else he was gonzo. But that's going to carry to about the 20, 21, 22-yard line maybe. It'll be 1st and 10. Boy, do those guys like to break big plays.
First down, Millis.
You know, odd that's a 1st down, but the clock keeps running. They don't even wait for them to move the chains. The refs apparently deciding the game is over.
Well, the spot is around the 22, 1st and 10. Handoff again to Ganushko, and Ganushko carries this time to the 10. Steve Ganushko, number 20, having a great night for himself. Super night.
These kids are gonna, these Ganushko boys are gonna end up with about 75, 100 yards each.
They're in,
Watch the time ticking away.
they're inside the 10. It's 1st and goal from about the 9. Quick handoff. Is that Ray? No, that was TJ. That was TJ, so that carried to about the 5-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal from there. That picked up about 4 as the clock runs down to 2:35 to go in the ball game.
Clocker D significantly demoralized here. They're having trouble keeping it together here for the final minutes.
Germano hands off to Steve Ganushko, and he's going to be close. I'm sure he's inside the 3.
Now it's 3rd down. Pierce comes in. McKay comes out.
Line of scrimmage is around the 3-yard line now. It's a 3rd and goal for the Mohawks.
A little confusion. Timeout.
Timeout.
12 players on the field for the Clockers. Possibly.
Timeout, Ashland.
Let's count them. No.
No, I think they just weren't exactly certain of their assignments.
Yeah, we got the extra guy. Here he
Oh,
comes.
he is, okay.
The Roman takes the fall. It's a 22nd timeout, so we're going to go right back to action.
Germano on the count. The handoff to Steve Ganushko, and he's wrapped up short. So it'll be 4th down.
Ball carrier still short of the goal line. It'll be a 4th
See what Coach Sparandio calls here on 4th.
Remember, Germano carried one in on a sneak, so
Yeah.
he's big enough to do it.
Yeah, and he was about at this spot, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
just about. Well, they hand it off. This is Steve. He's got. Does he? No.
He didn't get
He
it.
didn't get it. How about that? Ashland Holes from the 2.
Good stand.
Excellent. So with 1:04 to go in the game, Clockers get the ball back.
Ganushko, the ball carrier, dropped short of the goal line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Clockers from their own 2.
Well, what you need here is you need to break this play or the next one all the way. Onside kick, recover all the way.
Not outside the realm of
No.
possibility.
You got 2, 3 plays, 2 of which have to go for touchdowns.
Happens. Going to throw out of the end zone. Hanrahan is. Throws to the sideline. Looking for Sousa. It's incomplete and out of bounds.
Intended for Mike Funt.
I'm sorry, it was intended for Funt, the wideout, not Sousa. I beg your pardon. It's number 80, not number 40. Minute even to go.
I'd like to see Mike Funt catch a pass.
Yeah, he hasn't yet, has he?
I don't think he's ever caught one. Maybe Billy Gain for a big game, says Bob Tarosian. The original Mr. T. Without the chains and jewelry. Hanrahan.
Back to throw. Yeah, oh, almost
Hand pass, intended
almost
Deflected
picked
by
up by
Gain, wasn't
TJ.
it? Did Gain deflect that one to the defender?
intercepted by Tim Ferraro. It'll be a 3rd and 10.
Hanrahan with 6 completions tonight and a touchdown. 3rd and 10. Geez, the Clockers would hate to turn this over down there. I hope Millis would have the decency to let it run out if the Clockers can't get a first down.
Hanrahan to throw. Throws it out of the end zone, incomplete. It was intended for Faniff. It was a little high. He was in traffic, but so it'll be 4th down and 10. 51 seconds to go in the game.
Fourth and 10 from the 1 or 2.
They're gonna go. Hanrahan drops, unloads it out there, and it's intercepted. There's a flag down, interception.
Another flag.
And another flag is thrown. That was Germano, I think, wasn't it, on the interception?
Let's see, we'll watch it right now. Football
Mike's
on 5, instant replay, and I guess maybe we don't have it. Oh, here it comes. Boom, blocking in the back against Millis after the pick, so it'll be Millis ball. But they won't be quite as close to the goal line as they would have hoped.
Blocking the back against Millis.
So with 40 seconds to go, Millis takes over.
Back over the 30-yard line.
The line of scrimmage will be around the 26.
About the 26-yard line will be a first down for Millis.
I would guess 1 or 2 knees, and that'll do it, Paul.
7 with 40 seconds to go.
I'd have to say, let's see if they do take the knee. He does.
He does put the knee. They didn't have the down markers set, but that's okay.
Yeah, the referees haven't cared about that all
No,
night.
I guess not.
I'd have to say the story of the game was the Ganusko boys.
Oh, to say the least.
Steve and TJ, number 20 and 27, who both had beautiful, long touchdown runs. And the quarterback, what was his name, Paul?
Germano.
Germano,
Yep.
number 42, had an excellent game, handled all the snaps clean, and got a touchdown himself on a gritty quarterback sneak.
So that'll do it. Final score here tonight is Millis 20 and Ashland 7.
As Millis broke to a 20-0 halftime lead, the Clockers capitalized on a bad snap on a punt, and Sean Hanrahan threw a touchdown pass for the 2nd consecutive week to Nick Dommings. Arujo kicked the point, and that made the final 20-7. Clockers had a couple other chances that didn't work out. They made a good goal line stand at the end, and they got a lot of experience for their players as they threw a lot of passes tonight. Let's see how many Hanrahan tossed up. Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 passes. He completed 6. 3 were picked off. Some, of course, one at the end was sort of a desperation toss. But Hanrahan starting his 3rd game as quarterback of the Clockers. Got a lot of experience tonight and has thrown his 2nd touchdown pass of the season. So I think he's going to be doing better as each week goes along. It takes about half the season for a quarterback to actually figure out what he's doing if you've never started at the varsity level before. So we're looking for a strong final 7 games from the Clocker offense. And they had a couple of good receptions tonight. I had Dommings catching 3 and Gain catching 2 and McAdams catching 1. So that was good. Souza played tough, but they had his number tonight when he tried to run. Brian Hackett had some good early success, but that kind of dried up as well. Penalties killed him.
I was going to say the real pain were the penalties in the first half, as they just stepped on their own feet, took themselves right out of drives on 3 different occasions with holding penalties and then a block in the back penalty and that kind of